Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. As always, my name is Carolyn and I talk about books. Today's reading vlog is going to be my reading of The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I'm not entirely sure. This is going to be a spoiler-free vlog, so feel free to go ahead and watch it if you haven't read the book. And then at the end we'll come back and have a little, again, spoiler-free discussion, so I hope you enjoy the vlog. My husband said this is the face that I should start my vlog with. Do you agree? Yeah, so my first day of work was today. I was going to vlog this morning as I was on my way, but your girl was about 5 minutes late, so. Luckily the schedule was set by me. Like, I wasn't technically late. I was late for myself. I wanted to be there at 8 and I clocked in at like 8:05. But you know, I'll get the hang of it. My dog is sniffing around the trash can. She also ate poop today, so that's disgusting. So we're gonna be watching her like a hawk. Girlfriend. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and go upstairs. Like I said, I just got back from work and I am going to hopefully get a little bit of The Silent Patient done. I'm only like 50 pages into it maybe, but everybody says it's really binge worthy, so hopefully it will go pretty quickly. It's not super long, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and head upstairs. Gonna upload the very first vlog that I filmed. Ma'am. Our dog's not supposed to be going upstairs. Come on. Mira, Mira. Ma'am. Mira.
Mira.
Joys of having a dog. Come here, baby.
Mira, come here.
Mira. Come here. Mira. No. It's not working. Mira. No ma'am, that's mommy's shoe. No ma'am. Whoa. Now she's just getting excited. Come on. Come see mama. Oh boy. Mira. You used to be afraid of the kitchen. What happened? So the first reading vlog is currently processing, so it's done uploading. I think this is the one I'm like, the video that I'm like most nervous about. I mean, I'm nervous for every video because even though I'm used to performing, that's so different when it's like you. You're like not really performing and it's like you're putting out there and it's just makes me nauseous. But I feel like the vlog is like scarier because it's like me living my life and I feel like it's really boring just because I like didn't do anything. I just like talked about a book. I don't know. I don't know. This one makes me nervous to upload. I like didn't want to upload it. My husband's like, you filmed it. You're reading. Your channel's about reading. Like, upload it. So here goes. I think I've decided. There you go. That's about as interesting as we're gonna get. No, because the last clip, my dog decided she wanted to run around her baby gate, so there's that. But I think what we decided, like, for the channel, we're hoping to do, like, putting up a vlog on Mondays and putting up, like, a more formal video on Fridays, barring that I can be creative and come up with content. Can't promise you that that will happen, but yeah. So now that this is almost done, I can go down and sit with Mira and start reading The Silent Patient. So I'm like 70 pages into The Silent Patient, and for those of you that don't know, it's a book. We're being told the story sort of from the point of view of a medical health professional. He is hoping to work with a young lady named Alicia. Alicia shot her husband 5 times in the face and then never spoke a word. So she literally hasn't spoken since then, and so he believes he's going to be the one to sort of like have the breakthrough with her and kind of figure out the mystery. And so like I said, I'm only like 70 pages in, but like already I'm kind of like, and I'm not going to spoil anything in this vlog, but I already feel a little bit like, in terms of like the medical profession and like medical hierarchy, already some of this like doesn't make sense. Like, if you're new to a job, he's getting his way an awful lot. And I'm kind of like, I feel like you gotta prove yourself more than just once to be like, have all this kind of go your way. So, I don't know. See how I feel. It's very easy writing style. We're also seeing some diary entries from Alicia in the past. I just assume it's the past. It doesn't have a year or anything. But her husband is alive, so I assume it's the past. But the writing style is really easy to get into. And I appreciate the pace of it. Like I said, he's getting his way a lot. So pacing-wise, I'm like, okay, cool, we're moving the plot along. But it does feel a little quick and a little unrealistic. But we'll see. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but those are kind of my thoughts right about now. So it's been, I would say, probably about an hour. And I've read almost 100 more pages. So obviously it's a very quick read. I'm like just above halfway. I'm on page 165. And I still think things are just like a little too convenient. I feel like people are offering things up that are unintentionally helpful. And I don't know. I mean, in terms of pacing, I'm here for it because it means it's like clipping along and like we're getting somewhere. But like in terms of like how realistic it is, I'm not sold. So there's that. There's like obviously the main plot where we're like following this mystery of like why Alicia committed this murder, and her psychotherapist's name is Theo, and obviously you're following his journey away from her as he's like trying to figure it out. And I feel like the plotline with his wife is like the most interesting plotline, which I feel like is, I don't know if that was the goal. I mean, I'm sure they want the whole thing to be interesting, which it is. I wouldn't have spent an hour reading it if it wasn't interesting. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping the twist just like pulls the rug out from underneath me and I'm like, you know, and things are explained and, you know, it all works together magically. But so far, things are a little perfect. Not perfect, but you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of like, is that how this would go down? So Mira and I are in the back seat, and I know that I'm supposed to be reading The Silent Patient, but look what I have in my hands. I am very excited about this. My poor chauffeur of a husband is not pleased because I was convinced that Barnes & Noble was open for me to just go in with my mask. And it was not. It was curbside only. And he was like, I wanted to do this anyway from the get-go. So I'm kind of in trouble. But I got the book, and if it's really good, maybe he'll like it too, and then I won't be in trouble anymore. Okay, y'all. This is not a spoiler, because it's a conversation that doesn't have like any bearing. But just in case you don't want to know anything, I'm not going to say a character's name, but I'll hold up the book. I want to read you 2 sentences that explain my thoughts exactly about The Silent Patient. I'm going to hold the book up so you can see it. It says, if you can persuade so-and-so, go ahead. I can tell you now, she won't like the idea. She won't like it a bit. Then, literally, the next sentence is the next chapter. It says, I think it's a great idea, said so-and-so. I'm telling you, things are so convenient. This is just so frustrating. telling you there's gonna be a roadblock, you're gonna have trouble. Just kidding, you won't. This twist better be real good. Y'all, this is ridiculous. The convenience of these events. I have like two main theories about the twist. I don't think they're right because I feel like they're super obvious. So if that happens to be the twist, I'm gonna be fired up. I think I've got less than 100 pages left. I don't know if I'm actually gonna finish it tonight. I want to, but I do have work in the morning. But I had to turn on the camera because this latest, like, cliffhanger of a chapter. Oh, also, look, there we go. Cute. This, like, latest chapter ending. I literally closed the book and went, oh my gosh. This is all so convenient. This is just, I mean, again, it's flying by, but oh my word, give me a break. No, there's no. So, I just finished The Silent Patient a little bit ago, and I will say that the twist, I didn't see it coming. I thought it was pretty interesting, but I mean, I definitely wasn't blown away by it, mostly because I wasn't really blown away by the whole book. I just feel like the whole book felt really inconsistent to me. Like, it was just so fast and everything was so convenient that it just took me out of it. I spent the whole time being like, really? I don't know. I feel like there were certain things that I feel like would never have occurred. And for those of you that don't know, I, about a year and a half ago, I did what they call a partial hospitalization program for my mental health. So I spent from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. doing therapy all week long for a month. And even though I wasn't even in an inpatient facility, like, there are just things and rules that just wouldn't happen. I don't know, it's just so much of it, like, there would be things set up that, like, wouldn't get followed through on, like, I don't know, it was just a little disappointing, I think, which is kind of a bummer. I'll gather my thoughts more. This is just kind of like my immediate thoughts. Also, don't you love my loungewear? I'm wearing normal clothes, but then I got cold, so I put a PJ shirt on, so this is looking real cute. But on a brighter note, I am really excited to start The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm making sure I'm saying that right, because I keep wanting to say snakes and songbirds. I don't know why. But it's, oh, even without the dust jacket, it is beautiful. Oh. Alright friends, so as you can see, I was pretty severely disappointed in my experience with The Silent Patient. I had heard so many people, so many friends say that they really loved it, and for me it was just so inconsistent. I felt like the pacing was really fast and really quick, which is great. It made getting through it really quickly, and it made it a little less painful when I didn't love it. I didn't feel like I'd spent a ton of time reading it. But I just felt like so much of the plot was just convenient. So this is editing Carolyn here, and I'm just now realizing that I recapped those two sentences I read previously. Again, there's not a spoiler in those sentences, but if you really don't want to know anything going into it, I thought I would go ahead and warn you that in the next few seconds, I do recap those sentences. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled programming. And I read you that sentence about so-and-so's not gonna like it one bit, and then all of a sudden, literally the next sentence was like, oh, don't worry, I love that idea, it's great. And it was like, it just felt like that happened a lot. And even when people were like putting up roadblocks, they weren't really. They were giving him enough to go off of. So I just felt like the pacing was inconsistent, and I really wish I loved it because I do think that the twist was interesting. So you may actually enjoy it. Again, the twist kind of saved it in my opinion. So I think my final rating of this is just going to be 3 stars. Kind of hate saying this, but to me it was kind of apparent that this was a debut novel. I was just kind of checking in the back to make sure I was correct in saying that. I would definitely pick up more by this author. I don't know if maybe it was just the fact that it was set in a facility in which I have like close personal ties, like in my heart. But I would be interested in picking up more by this author depending on what the context would be, because again, I do think the twist was pretty interesting. So I'm not turned off by the author. So I would be interested in seeing kind of his growth in terms of what his newer works would be. So those are my final thoughts on The Silent Patient. If you have read it, please let me know if you enjoyed it down in the comments. Let me know how you feel, and maybe somebody can change my mind. Maybe we can have a little bit of a discussion down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and hit subscribe if you've enjoyed my content so far, and I will see you in the next video, friends. Bye-bye. What if I keep that?